After the 1.5 patch, my son can wreck people with Adam Warlock, and today we're going over everything he did to dominate. If you're struggling to play Adam Warlock, this breakdown will help you get better.
Walk me through this. What are we doing?
We are going to be looking through my gameplay to see how you should actually be playing Adam Warlock and how you could rank up with him.
As opposed to how to not play Adam Warlock, or how like people usually play Adam Warlock?
How people usually play him to how you're supposed to play him.
Okay, so he has a pretty low pick rate, if I'm not mistaken.
He does have a really low pick rate, but some things most people don't get about Adam Warlock is that he does a decent amount of damage.
But he's supposed to be a healer.
You're right, he is a healer. But his healing is more impactful than other people's healing. You might see somebody healing, like Mantis. No, Mantis isn't. Good.
Mantis died.
Yeah, that's their Mantis.
Oh, you're blue?
Yeah.
Okay, makes more sense. All right, good job.
So the Rocket on our team, he provides healing throughout the entire game, like me, but my healing is a lot more and bigger whenever we need it.
So, do you have to run two healers whenever one is Adam? So it doesn't make sense to have...
It does make sense, but you don't fully need it because Adam's heals can connect through players. So if you hit one player, it could hit like 5 or 6.
Okay, so the heals are more impactful, but you only have 2 charges.
Yeah. But he has a second heal. It's his soul bond.
Okay, so explain to me soul bond a little bit.
You would want to use your soul bond when you're getting pressured by a bunch of enemies. But don't just use it on yourself because it can hit all of your teammates. So you would rather it hit you, 3, 4, 5 other people, and then all of the damage would be split across all 6 of those people. So let's say...
Okay, so you just used soul bond right there. So what you're saying is that was not a good time to use it because it was like you and one other player, and that player was already dead.
And I died. But the only reason I used it is because I was being pressured and...
And you had no charges left.
Yeah.
Got it. So you probably do want to run Adam with one other healer.
Yeah.
Probably somebody like a Rocket, a Luna, a Cloak,
And
Dagger.
well, we can do a Mantis because of her team up. She gets the cocoon of Adam Warlock. Watch what I do here. I have to get flanked, but I used my soul bond on 5 people.
Oh, you can see how many people right there in the center.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. So, well, that's good to know.
Yeah, I always look there. So, but look, you see how people are hitting us, but it just ever so slightly dropped. So, look at that. One heal from like a little bit above half to just about full in the matter of one heal. That's what, 300 health that can heal 6 people for 300 or so? That's pretty good.
So why did you focus the flyer right there? Like, is that the role of Adam, is almost like anti-air, or
Well,
as well?
kind
or...
of, because he does have hit scan, which not that many people think about.
All right, so roll that back so I can see it again. And then explain to me what hit scan is, because I don't know.
So hit scan is basically wherever your crosshair is, that's where your bullet is going to hit. So if your crosshair is on their body, it's going to hit them.
So there's no delay, there's no drop, there's no, you gotta lead the target, you literally aim and click, and that's hit scan?
Yeah, watch what I do here. I use the charge to try and do big damage on her, and it hit. She died. So I charge again. Look at my ammo. So you can see I charged for 6 and then shot an additional time, which hit a headshot. So I had a one-shot combo lined up to kill her.
So how were you able to? So is the charge always 6?
No, you would have to fully charge it, but I knew that she was at half health, so I charged it up a little above halfway, which shot 4 shots. And then I did an animation cancel on the final shot to shoot again, which that does about 100 damage.
So explain to me the animation cancel that helped you. So run that back a little bit and then explain to me the animation cancel.
So I charged, 3 things came out, and then you see me fire.
Oh, so that was a fire. So that's what you mean by the animation cancel.
Yeah. And or you could just right click and go back to left click and just keep doing that over and over again. It's kind of like a double shot.
So now this is probably a good idea here is you got out of the way with the cocoon.
Yeah. I got up into a safe spot with my cocoon. That way I couldn't get targeted down. And watch what I do with it. He used Supernova, and I just try and aim at him. But let's go back just a little bit and watch what happens here. This is what I mean by hit scan. It's shooting right where my crosshair is. And look, I just keep shooting, trying to hit him. And I finally get it. And it hits right where my crosshair was. That's what I mean by hit scan. It'll shoot right where I was. But look at what happens here. I see our only tank died. So I pop my revive in a safe spot where I'm not getting pressured, and I just get him the full health of tank's full health with 2 heals.
Oh, so you revived? That was a revive? You brought somebody back on that?
Yeah. And I revived where I was safe, so that way I didn't have to take any pressure from dying.
Right. So your role is to make more
Impactful.
strategic, impactful plays, whether it's putting pressure on the flyer or if it's getting a heal off before before somebody gets knocked out.
Yeah. This is something that you want to keep in mind. You can bring his revive however high you want. So I revived up in the sky with him.
Jeez. But that takes a level of skill that I don't think everyone necessarily
You're not wrong.
possesses. Because you don't have a float, right? You're just free falling at that point.
Yeah, but because I didn't move my crosshair stayed in the exact same spot. I just slowly moved my cursor up.
I see. So you're more focused on looking at your crosshair or through your crosshair as you're playing.
That's also why I have my crosshair thin enough, with enough blur that I can literally put it on somebody's head and still see their head. You see, they're trying to kill that Punisher. I soul bonded 5 people. Let's say that 80 damage is getting split between like 5 people. That turns into like 10, which we're healing like 20 a second. And so you can see our health bar's trying to go down. It's not moving.
Right, and that's part of what I mean by the impactful plays.
Yeah.
Is keeping Punisher alive for that ult is huge because he can lay down a ton of damage. Whereas, if they could knock that Punisher ult out, that's a lot of pressure that they've just eased up on.
But look at what I did. Look at how much damage that does. So half health, Dr. Strange. I break his shield. 1 body shot, headshot, did about 100 damage to that health. Then I see 2 more people. I reload, and I die. Nothing I can do.
And that's because you overextended.
That's something I wanted to explain. Just because you can do a lot of damage, don't get greedy and go for all the kills.
Like what you just did there?
Yes.
You saw two squishies, you thought you could take them, and instead you ended up dying, and thankfully Rocket was able to revive you with the BRB bot.
Yeah.
But that's also a BRB bot that takes away from somebody else that did not overextend.
Yes. But this is also why I like playing around corners a lot. Because you can see me trying to rotate to this sphere.
Right, and that's using the environment and quote unquote game sense that I keep hearing about.
Look at what I do here. I see. I'm just like, oh yeah, we killed her. But this is what I mean by don't be greedy. Turn around. Because watch this. Oh, is that 2 more tanks that just showed up?
Yeah.
Who was gonna verse them? Me? So I just resurrected in here, and watch what I do. I see everybody's dying, so I do a born again in a hallway where they can't see us, and I do a soul bond on all of us. So Moon Knight got resurrected by the rocket revive. I resurrected the tank, and then I used soul bond, and we pushed in. I killed the mantis. I can't heal the Punisher in time, and then I died.
Didn't the Punisher come back? Was your ult still active at that time?
It was, I think. Yes.
Okay, so explain that, because you proc the ult all the way in the top
So
corner.
if you
Punisher died on the other side of the room. I feel like that would have been out of range.
so look at this. So let's go back in time to just about when I was ulting. So look at what happens here. So I die, I hover over there, and I place my ult. So when I ult, you see that yellow field?
Mm-hmm.
The yellow field isn't around the born again, it's around me. Because you can see it moving with me. And so when that Punisher died, he was inside the field of the born again. It wouldn't have hit Rocket or Punisher if I hadn't moved out to try and hit them.
Okay, so when you cast it, it stays. The people revive to the point that you cast it at. But if anyone dies in a radius around you, wherever you are, they'll revive to essentially the spawn point you created.
Yeah.
That I
And
feel
so-
like that's really important.
But a fact about it, you could have born again and died. Your cocoon still has that circle around you. So you can go around there in your cocoon and go do it.
So if you had, but you had already cocooned. So
Yeah.
in that instance, but if you hadn't have cocooned
I could have died and just kept walking with the cocoon.
and still kept reviving people after death.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And then
cool.
I could have revived myself.
Right.
After patch 1.5, Adam feels much better, but he's still a hero that rewards smart decision making, positioning, and timing your heals perfectly. If you've got good aim and know when to be aggressive, he may be the right support for you. What do you think about Adam Warlock? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let us know how he feels.